The Empowerment Chronicles, number 5. I remember some years ago as a young preacher having a conversation with an older preacher. I can remember the conversation like it was yesterday. I remember him telling me this: I never sin. Those words still echo in my mind, and I also can remember as a young bold preacher quoting 1 John 1:9, that if anyone claims to be without sin, he is a liar and the truth is not in him. We have to be careful that we do not become arrogant, self-righteous, looking down on other folk by allowing ourselves in our own minds to think we have reached a place where we are exempt from needing grace, exempt from having issues, and exempt from still needing some form or aspect of deliverance. You might be powerful, but as long as you are wrapped in flesh, you'll never be flawless. Don't allow the attention gained from your mantle to stagnate your process, but learn to produce fruit in keeping with repentance. And never allow your power to blind you and cause you to ignore and be ignorant of your own issues. Because if you continue to function without acknowledging your flaws, you will be stripped of your power. You see, it wasn't that David had sinned that got him exposed. It was that he failed to acknowledge his sin before God, that he was exposed through Nathan the prophet. Arrogance led to his exposure. Until the corruptible takes on the incorruptible, you'll always have a flaw, always have some kind of defect, and always have an issue you must wrestle with. But the beautiful thing is that it's by design. It was built by the manufacturer with full knowledge that the product he made had a defect within it. It had a thorn in its flesh. The revelation is that even the defect demonstrates God's grace towards you. God made provision for humility. I can see the master thinking with infinite wisdom and infinite knowledge as he created the product called you, thinking in his mind that I cannot allow what happened with Lucifer to happen to you, where you look at yourself because you are fearfully and wonderfully made and allow the creation to usurp the creator in your mind, where you get the audacity to elevate self-humanism above God. The reality is the world currently is dominated by a spirit of humanism. This spirit has entered the heart of many leaders. Humanism is defined prophetically as the worship of man or self above God. The revelation of being flawed keeps you grounded and humble before God. The awareness of the grace of God that conceals your leprosy with this armor keeps you grounded. David said, "My sin is always before me." A perpetual understanding of consistently needing God's grace keeps you grounded. And it's the very thing that allows the general, the God in you, to tap into another dimension. For when we are weak, then we are strong, for his grace is sufficient toward you. Do not get me wrong. The understanding of being flawed is not a license to sin. It's not permission to do evil. But on the contrary, it's a constant reminder of how you still need God. I know you're anointed, but you still need God. I know you have wisdom beyond your years, but you still need God. I know you pastor a mega church, but you still